Siemanko, z tej strony Człowiek, a dziś chciałbym wam pokazać mój nowy nabytek, czyli Dungeons 2. Zaczniemy oczywiście od pierwszej misji, bitwa o Królewską Przystań. Tutaj mam taki ciekawy wstępniaczek. Komentarze tego narratora są bardzo fajne. Obejrzyjmy sobie najpierw.
The alliance of abominably good people lived in unearned wealth and prosperity. But there was a path leading to a different place there. At the end of this path was a rock. There was a cave carved in this rock in which the absolute evil lived. It wasn't a grubby, damp cave smelling of muck and mildew, but a deep, dark dungeon, so dark that even darkness itself was afraid of it. It was home to numerous innocent monsters, who enjoyed a happy, contented existence, living in complete harmony with their environment. But time and again, the sickening, sweet-smelling good visited this underworld in search of treasure and experience points. Many monsters found this to be the death of them, but much worse, the absolute evil's treasures were being stolen. One day, just as a few more heroes had finished plundering its dungeon, the absolute evil decided it had had enough, and decided to do something new, something quite monstrous. Go to the surface. The Alliance tried to resist, but the approaching horde just flowed over them like an angry wave of axes, teeth, and bad breath. After numerous unrelenting battles, the absolute evil finally stood before the Alliance's capital, King's Ending.
Dobra, i wstępniaczek piękny mamy za sobą. No, wczytuj się szybciej, chcę już zacząć rozgrywkę, pokazać mniej więcej o co tu chodzi. Ja już trochę sobie w to pograłem, więc będzie mi łatwiej. O, tu mamy taką piękną bitwę. Dobra ze złem.
The forces of the absolute evil reached the Alliance capital, King's Ending. The laughable remnants of the forces of good had come here to make ready for the final battle. Evil would pay a high price indeed to storm those fortress walls, or so they thought.
O, zobaczymy.
Suddenly, a rumble rose from deep within the earth. Stones burst asunder, revealing an ancient path into the depths. Out of the depths of Stygian darkness arises the invincible evil. With earth-shaking steps, the unstoppable evil began its trek towards the front. In the terribly improbable event that it may have forgotten how that works, a formidable help function has been provided.
Tak oto kroczy człowiek, by zniszczyć wszelkie dobro. Nawet gdy uderza, widać, że uderza z prawdziwym złem, dodając 666 obrażeń.
A few of the Alliance units had entrenched themselves here. A
Pierwszych
determined
przeciwników
absolute evil marched towards them in order to strike them down with its mighty weapon.
Jak kroczymy przez lasy, przejmujemy ich tereny.
The absolute evil had discovered a medal. These legendary awards ensured a creature could be made even more powerful. Only one downside: a creature could only wear one at a time. Eyes ablaze with greed, the insidious evil gazed upon the blood-drenched battlefield. Here the last defenders of good would die, and an age of evil begin.
Czemu oni tak nagle padli? Nie wiem od czego. Tak pięknie rypie tą maczugą. Tu nie ma zmiłuj. Takie trochę nawiązanie do Saurona. Z maczugą jak rypnie do kilku naraz zabija. Jaka rzeź, ilu ich tu już leży. Masakra. Oczywiście nie dajcie się zwieść tej grze. Ona wcale tak, aż tak nie będzie wyglądać, nie będzie polegało na budowaniu w podziemiach i tak dalej, ale to zobaczycie z czasem. Takie trochę bardziej przypominać, jeśli ktoś kojarzy
The
Dungeona
absolute evil destroyed the
Keeper.
defenders' camp in the west with the greatest of ease. Now, only one tiny camp offers any resistance to the absurdly evil evil.
Tu są jeszcze? Nie zauważyłem, przepraszam.
Be able to hold out for much longer.
Ja też się tłuką, pewnie też nie mogę się tu dostać. Ta strumyk lawy się tutaj zrobił.
The forces of good never had a chance against the absolute evil.
Ryb.
The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the east with the greatest of ease. The defenders in front of the city had been beaten to a pulp and defeated. Now the time had come to attack King's Ending. The final battle beckoned.
No dawaj,
The city
niszcz te
gate was
bramę.
firmly barricaded by the Alliance's archers, but the absolute evil would
tak,
not
może
allow
być,
itself to be held up by
miałem.
such a ridiculous impediment.
I...
So,
Yep.
go get them! Destroy them now! Oh yes, sorry, stay in character.
Tak, właśnie, na tym jego komentarzu bardzo
The
ciekawie
absolute
zrobiony.
evil used its all-powerful magic to eliminate the archers and open the gate to the city. Using its legend, wait for it, dairy powers, the absolute evil destroyed the impediment with ease and simultaneously eliminated a whole group of defenders. True story. The road to the capital was now clear. The absolute evil did not hesitate for even 1 nanosecond. The insidious evil entered King's Ending. A small, pitiful group of the invincible evil had crushed the
Pokonało
defenders.
obrońców.
King's Ending had been
Zostanie
defeated.
pokonane.
At least, that's what it thought.
No i oczywiście daliśmy się złapać w pułapkę.
Suddenly, the final heroes of the Alliance emerged from nowhere. Another ambush? Now, this was becoming very boring. But wait, this time it was different. Instead, the heroes raised their hands and started singing an incomprehensible chant. A magical ritual? This did not bode well. Well, actually, it bode the arrival of good things, great things, unless you happen to be the absolute evil.
Oczywiście pierwsza misja zakończona, ale nagranie jest zbyt króciutkie, będziemy kontynuować naszą podróż.
The ultimate evil awoke.
Nowa nadzieja
It did
dla
not
zła.
know what had happened, nor
Trzeba
what
przebudzić skrajne zło.
the last remaining heroes of the country joined forces and cast a powerful banishment spell. The absolute evil disappeared from sight with a threatening gesture, and a faint whispered, "I'll be there," could be heard coming from its lips. The absolute evil had been banished, and its essence shattered into several pieces. Its reign of terror had ended. The good people of the overworld rejoiced, and an era of peace began for the Alliance. The evil creatures were driven back into the underground, doomed to serve as cannon fodder for pleasure-seeking adventurers. Meanwhile, secreted away in the world's most inaccessible places, the last remains of the absolute evil were resting, never again to see the light of the overworld. Until today, that is. Somewhere deep under the earth, the ultimate evil awoke.
No i w sumie w zasadzie teraz się zaczyna główny wątek tej gry. Samouczek mamy, znaczy część samouczka mamy już za sobą. Ojej, gdyby to wczytywanie jeszcze było trochę szybsze.
And the hand of terror arose, controlled by the ultimate evil.
No, halo.
Come on, hand of terror, arise, damn you! Methinks that exploring the surrounding area would be a sensible strategy. However, to do this, light would be required. Still not bright enough. An old throne room was revealed by the
Jakoś
light.
się nie miło inaczej?
The
Dobra.
circumstances remained a mystery. The hand of terror flew through the throne room, following each and every thought the ultimate evil had.
No, dajcie
After a
mi
few
coś
flying
robić.
sessions, the ultimate evil was able to control the hand with ease. The time had come to call forth creatures who were completely
Najpierw bierz swoją...
devoted to it and would do its dirty work. Little snots were the dregs of each and every dungeon and spent their time taking care of it. The expansion mad evil hired one snot on the spot. The first little snot appeared. It was completely ready to work in the dungeon and to crawl in the dust before the ultimate evil. Little snots were important to the ultimate evil because they took care of many important little things, such as excavating new areas. The psionically gifted evil could sense the presence of something important that was buried to the south. It instructed its little snots to dig in that direction. As quick as a fart, the little snot made his way to the marked position and began to dig. Behold, the creatures of the overjoyed evil had apparently been much more industrious than it had thought. A great dungeon was revealed behind the wall. Everything was already in place. Doors, traps, a well-filled treasury. Oh wait, treasury? And where, if you please, is this treasury? Oh well. One can't expect too much of these mindless little snots. First of all, some gold had to be dug out to make space for a treasury to be created. The hand of terror swiftly marked a few small gold veins, so that the little snots could excavate. As soon as the gold vein was selected, a little snot immediately set out to mine valuable gold for the greedy evil.
Ciekawe jest, że każdy z nich ma swoje imię. Sudek, Sznycio, Sznups, Sznupsio. To jest łyczyly. Ej, halo. A, zresztą. Gnojek to gnojek. Daje złota, tak. Bardzo się cieszę z tego powodu. O, tu jestem oczywiście ja. Siema. Nie mogę strzelać klapsa? Szkoda.
Once most of the gold had been mined, the hand of terror quickly created a treasury on the spot so that the precious metal could be safely stored. The clever evil mastered this task with flying colors. From now on, little snots could use the treasury to store mined gold. It was then at the greedy evil's disposal whenever more rooms needed to be built or new creatures recruited. Little snots were all well and good, but were too weak and cowardly to defend the dungeon. Since it was not able to defend itself, the ultimate evil would have to hire some orcs, but they would require food. Liquid food. Well, beer to be precise. So the next important thing to build was a brewery, and that would require some space to be created. The ultimate evil had the feeling that its servants were not really putting their backs into the work. Might a hearty slap from the hand of terror change that? The sadistic evil encouraged its creature to work a little faster, with a friendly but not at all gentle slap.
No, zrobimy coś więcej, ale na razie no po co. Pierwsza misja to, jak wiadomo, długa nie będzie. I w zasadzie to już druga misja. Spuść jednostkom lanie.
There was now an area cleared for the brewery site,
no, tak
and
jak
with
mówiłem,
quick finger snaps from the hand of terror,
moje
the
ulubione
room
pomieszczenie.
stood ready. Excellent. But the recently built brewery lacked a brewing copper. With a sigh of resignation, the overworked evil set about taking care of that too. The hard-working evil effortlessly built a brewing copper so that delicious beer could be brewed as soon as possible. One of the little snots started working on the brewing copper. The nostalgic evil banished all thoughts of Oktoberfest and brass bands. Those would have to wait. More important tasks had to be completed first. Both beer and gold were now available in the dungeon, so it was time to hire some creatures to defend against greedy heroes or whatever else snuck around underground. At present, it was only simple orcs declaring undying loyalty to the ultimate evil. The rest of the horde was scattered to the winds. Orcs were defensive close combat specialists, capable of dealing with many opponents. However, they were very vulnerable to ranged
Znaczy,
attacks.
nawet wojownicy tutaj coś robią na
It's
ścianach.
payday.
Szczerze mówiąc, tak, nie wiem co oni tankują.
An eerie gong rang through the hall. It did not bode well for the Ultimate Evil's treasury
A
stocks.
dzień
For a
zapłaty
each sounding
czyli
of the gong, the creatures would
jak dla
collect
mnie
their
najgorszy dzień.
undeserved wages. However,
Muszę
there
im
was little it
płacić.
could do about this, as it was chained to the
Dobra,
throne. Thus,
pójdźcie
it
więc
had to
szybciej
give
to
free
złoto.
rein to its servants' desires. For the time being, at least.
Kupujemy następne pomieszczenie, żeby mieć złoto. Że też tak zrobimy. Zrobimy sobie skarbce. Żeby się nie nudzili oczywiście. O, tu coś mamy. Co to będzie? Tempo regeneracji. Nie wiem, czy tempo regeneracji przyda się na jednym z nich, ale... Szczęśliwy znalazł. Tak naprawdę co im to daje, to ja nie mam pojęcia, bladego pojęcia.
Suddenly, one of the repellent evil's servants became very thirsty.
Dobra, co
This
teraz
was
mamy?
typical of a troop member.
Znaki na to,
anonymous
że
alcoholics
wiemy,
known as the
znaczenie,
Horde.
no to pije
The
pro
dipso made his
pierwszego
way to the
browara.
nearest brewery to quench his
Więcej
thirst.
orków potrzeba.
A thirsty
Okej,
orc arrived at the brewery.
kolejny ork. To
Eager
będzie
and
czwarty.
slavering, he started demolishing
Jeszcze jeden
the
i będzie
alcohol-hoarding
dobrze.
evil's stock of
Dobrze.
beer.
Tu będzie tyle. O, tutaj mamy złoto. Złoto. To jeszcze nie kopali, na razie tylko tu kopią. To jak jest? Nie dużo. Tak zrobimy, tak zrobimy i tak zrobimy. Jednak złoto trzeba zdobyć. Dobra.
One louse-infested orc crawled up from the depths and declared allegiance to the ultimate evil. The first step towards the creation of a powerful army had been taken. The dungeon of the expansion-mad evil grew and prospered, but unfortunately it had reached the maximum
Potek się przyda na
possible
później.
population it could currently manage. Now a creature would have to be thrown into the bottomless pit before any others could be brought in. The profound evil had had enough of dungeon sightseeing and now wanted to move to the surface to try a
Ale to
dish that
kogo mam
is
się
best served
pozbyć?
cold.
Weźmy
Revenge.
jakiegoś fochnika.
Some Alliance members were bound to be guarding the entrance to the overworld.
Ty,
A
chodź.
fine
Ciebie
appetizer
się
for
pozbędziemy.
a vengeful evil.
Oj, nie tak. Sorry, Ziutek. Chodź, Gnojek. O, proszę.
The creature disappeared into the pit of uselessness with a long drawn and gradually diminishing. This particular act of wickedness
Dobra.
brought a smile to the face of the ultimate evil.
Nie aż tak długo. Troszeczkę w dół. Tutaj o proszę, jeszcze więcej złota mamy. I tutaj potem jeszcze więcej złota. I tu też więcej złota. Te gnojki to czasami
The
tym
nameless
kilofem
evil's
próbują
creatures
przyjść.
came upon a spider's nest during their search for an entrance to the overworld. It would take more than one
Dajcie,
orc to
bijcie
sneak them
orkowie.
out. The abysmal evil used the hand of
Dajcie
terror to grab
pajączkom
several of the
popalić.
creatures that were still completely inexperienced at fighting and threw them onto the spider's nest.
No.
The spiders dropped
I
like
jest
flies.
oczywiście.
The strategically
Pajączki
well-versed
pokonane.
evil patted itself on the back, proud that it had led its troops into battle with
Dobra,
such
jest.
aplomb. And by led, I just simply mean chucking them at the enemy. The
Kupujmy tego
basics of a
więcej.
dungeon were now in place.
Może będzie tutaj coś
However,
ciekawego.
the brewery
O, co
was
tu mamy?
puny and didn't really have
Szansa na
room to store
wyprowadzenie
beer
ciasa
barrels in, and the
krytycznego.
treasury was also
Podajmy
anything but
komuś
impressive
orkowi.
in size.
Zabójca pająków.
The
No fajny tytuł.
expansion-hungry
Nie
evil
taki
set
zły.
out to enlarge its dungeon.
Notki leczenia się przydadzą na jakąś grubszą bitkę. Tu mamy oczywiście hajsy, jeszcze więcej hajsów. Granie. Dobra, lecimy dalej. Nie mam żadnych ciekawych budowli, tylko te dwie. Kiepsko. Ale nie będę wybrzydzać. Nie potrzebujemy. O, tak zrobimy. I tak zrobimy. Wiecie co? Wezmę sobie jednego, żeby był tam na dole już. Tych odciutek. Tylko tutaj. No kop. Ślepy sprzedam.
The dungeon of the ultimate evil was full of gelatinous cubes. Invisible gelatinous cubes.
Niewidzialnych galaretek? Kto wie, o jakie galaretki chodzi?
The little snots found a healing potion in a hidden room. This
Kolejna
was
mikstura.
able to restore one of the ultimate evil's creatures to full health.
The evil has awoken, but its brothers are still asleep.
Huh? What on earth was that? That's not in my script. What a weirdo. No matter. We'd better get back to concentrating on the dungeon.
No i nie przejmujemy się jakimś typkiem, który się tu pojawił nas przeciw, ostrzegał. I kopiemy dalej. W zasadzie złoto nam już tak nie będzie potrzebne. Chodź ty tutaj, gnojek. Spoko. Ale się śpieszysz, gościu.
Payday!
Payday.
Huge monstrosity loomed out of the darkness on 8 legs. This dungeon's human guards had been ancient history for a long while. Now it was home to a huge spider and her brood. Would Sam and Frodo escape it and continue their journey to Mount Doom, or was this the end of the ring bearer? Hang on a minute, that's not the
Pardon?
right text. Where were we? Oh yes, a huge spider, henceforth called the Spider Queen. It would be necessary to eliminate the Spider
chciałem wam
Queen
zasłonić tekst,
before the
żebyście sobie mogli
horde could reach
przeczytać.
the surface. The Spider Queen sent
Dobra, wy się
forth a
tu
wave
bijcie.
of her children.
Ja
Of
niestety nie
course,
mogę,
the
nie mam
ultimate
żadnych
evil was
czarów,
fully
żeby
aware
pomóc.
of this danger and
O,
immediately
pokażcie
prepared to defend itself against
pajączkom,
them.
na co was stać.
At least, that's what I hope.
O, zaraz mi pierwszy zginie. Tak, pierwszy mi zginął, ale mnie to nie obchodzi. A, tu miałem potkę w sumie. O, i pajączki, nie, jeszcze żyje. Pajączek ma chyba jakąś dobrą regenerację. O, okej, już będzie po nim.
The vile
Jest,
perversion,
pajączek
once
pokonany.
called the Spider Queen, had nothing more with which she could fight the horde. Later, the sensitive evil would have her innards made into a lava lamp. The way to the surface was open. Now it was time to put those vengeance plans into practice. The vile evil wanted to take this opportunity to utter a really sinister laugh, but unfortunately, its physical state made this unviable. Instead, it asked the narrator to do a bit of sinister laughter on its behalf. Oh well, here goes. Deep breath.
No ciekawe, dobra.
Once
I
the
drugą
ultimate
misję
evil had
mamy
escaped from the
za
depths,
sobą,
still
ale
fettered to
trzecią
the throne,
rozpoczniemy
it
w
traveled to
następnym
wreak terrible
odcinku,
vengeance on those who had
więc ja
done
się na
this,
razie z wami
heavily
żegnam
supported by its little snots.
i prawdopodobnie
The
przywitam się z
first
wami
target
jutro.
was Paladin Robert.
Elo,
Now
elo!
King